So, the whole ad tech social media space is self-destructing. Frankly, most things that are ad tech are self-destructing, or at least having a lot of difficulty. I mean, just to look at the collapse and the sale of Vice Media. That was, well, unprecedented. And then go look at what's happening to Vox and Geo Media. And then we're basically on the verge of another elimination here. And if you've been following my channel for more than a few months, I've talked about this company many times. No, it's not BuzzFeed, at least not quite yet. I expect that to happen any day now. But get ready to part ways, potentially, with Snapchat. Here we go. Snapchat was once hailed as a rising star in the digital advertising world, and right now it's facing elimination. I mean, not immediately, but in the near future, as it has failed to keep up with the Joneses. Well, and the Joneses in this case are Alphabet and Meta, both of them having managed to turn around in the ad tech space, and the numbers are making that brutally clear. You see, in the latest earnings season, which we're in the midst of right now, these tech giants are reporting their Q2 earnings, and the earnings are making it more than evident that Snap is on the way out. This quarter specifically shows that Snap's revenue has taken another hit, falling by 4%, while the other two companies have shown signs of growth and, well, resilience. No amount of puppy ears and crazy filters are going to help Snap out or put a smiley face on this particular news. And as you've probably heard, earnings on YouTube and Meta platforms have been trending downward for creators like me. And maybe this is a good sign for all of us as well. And that's not even the point. Alphabet's growth is 7%. That's pretty good. And they had a 4.4% expansion in YouTube advertising, which is going to give investors hope that the digital ad space is in recovery mode. Even with a near monopoly here, that's not going to hurt them at all. Now, Meta's astounding 11% revenue growth and 16% rise in profits further solidify the notion that the bigger players are dominating the marketplace. And of course they are. They're also benefiting from culling the worthless employees that they shed in cutbacks and layoffs. Remember those? Snap, on the other hand, seems to be struggling to find footing amidst weak ad demand, and they are predicting themselves even more pain in Q3, at least through their guidance. Now, all of these platforms, of course, were hit by throwdowns that were driven by Apple's revision to the iOS privacy changes that were limiting tracking and collection of user data, which I guess is good for us and really bad for them. Both Alphabet and Meta were able to weather those slowdowns better than Snap out of sheer scale and different reach strategies post the Apple changes. Now, while Snap does maintain a stronghold over its limited target demographic, it's still a very narrow segment. Its core features keep it relevant for the users that are there, but new features never gain the traction that the original core set has. And this has forced Snap to shift its approach to revenue, which has really not seen a significant change yet, and I don't think it's going to. They're introducing a premium subscription tier, or they have recently, and they've also introduced this idea of revenue sharing for creators, and that's not yielded the results desired as of yet. And then they went headlong into AI chatbots that were designed to serve up targeting custom ads. And the biggest struggle for Snap, of course, is its reach, which it doesn't have a lot of. And it's not very deep into its own demographic core either. It doesn't have the size or loyalty of Meta or Alphabet, and it doesn't seem likely to scale or even make an attempt to catch up. Worse news is on the horizon, however, for Snap. I mean, since more big tech players are dropping their earnings in the coming days, both Amazon and Apple are set next to deliver what will likely be very revealing numbers on the ad tech front. Not only will this flesh out the direction and performance of digital ad marketing, it could put Snap on someone's radar as a potential acquisition. It certainly will be viewed with extreme scrutiny, much like the digital news outlets that, how they're being viewed right now. Of course, even worse things could be on the horizon for the ad tech business. In fact, I think that's likely. Apple seems ready to stir things up with another privacy-focused update on its iOS, and that's usually just trying to comply with what the EU is trying to get them to do, which affects all of their product line. And that's going to set everybody back a step or two. But Snap can no longer afford any setbacks of any kind. Any more negatives is going to, send Snap into a cascading failure and make them ripe for the picking. Stepping away from Snap for a moment and into a larger conversation about digital advertising, I still suspect that ad tech itself is on shaky ground. While positive signs exist for the larger players, as I mentioned, the overall landscape is weak and volatile. Carryover from the digital news outlets to social media players will continue to drive skepticism in a supposed recovery in that sector. Any hiccups are going to expose weaker players even more. That's probably going to be Snap and some others. Snap at this moment is a weaker player. There's no doubt about it. It seems directionless and lunging at trends to remain in the conversation. Without a clear sense of what Snap needs to be, Snap will cease to be. It's as simple as that. Of course, I'm curious what your thoughts are on Snap. Do you use it? Is it part of your regular daily routine? And would you actually care if it ceased to be? Or perhaps it got rolled into something else? I could see that happening. Maybe Twitter or somebody else. But hey, use that comment section down below and let me know. And also don't miss my previous thoughts on Snap in this video right here. Until next time, bye.